And this is a studio. It's priced at $2,400. What's included is heat, hot water, electricity, and cooking gas, which is pretty rare in New York because it's usually just heat and hot water.
We came to New York and we realized that, okay, we need an apartment for like 4 to 6 months. And there's literally no one in the market who is willing to actually offer us an apartment.
Square footage is around 350 to 400 square feet range.
It's all either short-term and really expensive, or it's long-term and requires a lot of documents that neither of us have.
Someone overseas, they won't have credit or tax returns. So in that instance, they'll either need a guarantor or pay additional months upfront security or pay a year upfront. But basically, if they're here for a work permit, they get to just show that they make 40 times the monthly rent, so they can bypass everything and just go from there. Or if they're a student, they'd either have to use services such as insurance, or they'd have to have a U.S. guarantor or pay a year upfront or 6 months additional security.
Yeah, so I had to provide quite a few documents for this apartment. So I had to submit an application, fill out all my personal information. I had to find old addresses and names of landlords, which was annoying. I had to give my monthly income and my bank references, personal references, authorize a $100 fee for a background check. There's no excuse, like we have the digital technology, like why isn't there a form on their system that you can fill out? Like, it's just annoying. Then I had to give my tax return, my last year's tax return. Then I had to give 2 bank statements, do a credit card authorization form. I had to do 2 pay stub statements. I had to take a picture of my driver's license. Yeah, it was a lot.
In the world where you can order a taxi on your phone, or Elon Musk shoot rockets to space, it's kind of counterintuitive that you still can't lease an apartment online. You can book a hotel, you can book a vacation rental. Why can't you lease an apartment online?
So we're looking into this now. There's already services out there which allow you to pay an insurance fee, say a fixed rate per month, in lieu of a security deposit. So we'll either look at partnering with someone like that or creating our own insurance system where we'll charge tenants a flat rate and then they can avoid the whole lump sum security deposit.
From my experience, the client likes to come to the building directly, be there physically, and see the unit as opposed to like a video tour and a floor plan. So I don't see these startups really affecting us that much.
If I was moving here for the first time to New York, it would have been helpful if I could do it online. Now that I'm here, I like being able to see it in person, and it's easy enough to go to the neighborhood. And it is like the apartment, but I also want to see what neighborhood I'm living in because that makes such a difference in New York City. It would have to be like a reputable online company because you're giving a lot of personal information, you're putting a lot of money down. If I were sending them, $2,000 online and I hadn't even seen the place, I think I'd have a little concern about that.
When I first moved to the US from Australia, I didn't have the luxury of saying, let me go and check out this place, check out this place. I got there and I had to have something lined up so I could sleep at night. And the way the New York market works is that properties just go so quickly that, sometimes you just got to pull the trigger. I did that at my current place. I just signed a 3-month lease, didn't look at the place, nothing, and just got there on the day. I was quite happy though.
Если тебе больше 21, то ты можешь прийти, показать ID и купить все, что хочешь.
We think that the hardest part of the marketplace is the supply side, actually getting apartments that people can lease online. Right now, we have a prototype. We're actively building our supply.
If in January I can show a website to investors that have a few thousand properties available, and I can go to San Francisco and actually show properties available for booking, that's a game changer.
We're in the process of creating this landing page where we can show landlords that we meet, and it basically just gives them a bit more information about what we do, what type of tenants we will find for them, and our partners, sign up form, as well as a press release section for news articles that have been written about us.
We all rent apartments. It's a huge market opportunity. And this is an industry that hasn't been disrupted by software yet. So this is something new. If we succeed in that, even if there is a 1% chance of us succeeding in that, this 1% will deliver a lot of value. Thanks everyone for joining. Bye.
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 Should be. And
To go through. So yeah.
So if this was like all available online, you could have done with something like easier.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that would have been much more helpful. Yeah, I'm all about the paperless digital experience.